Beep. Oh, if your chair didn't click.
I could have muted it, man.
We
were messing with you guys.
It's not authentic.
I'm sorry, my chair's all creaky and loud.
That's fair. Mine is too. Mine's doing this weird thing now. I guess I've had it long enough where I'll get out of it and it'll start turning on its own and it'll stop facing that way. And I'm like, I don't know if it's the floor is uneven or if the chair is just like out of whack, but it does this like weird like sound when I like turn. So,
damn.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah. Well, you said it in a lot, so that kind of makes sense. Yeah. I was like, damn, you had yours less than mine. Like mine is just the arm rests are a little loud just because they're plastic, you know. Like,
yeah, who needs those? I don't know.
Yeah, I can move them. I can't take them off.
Wait,
hold on.
If you saw Saturday's episode, you know something's missing.
There's supposed to be something here,
right here.
Yep, it's okay, but here it is.
Sam,
what?
Do you know what it is?
I think I know what it is. We're gonna say it. You ready?
I know what it is.
Yep.
I mean,
3, 2, 1.
Into the
ad read.
Oh my god! Which I don't realize is we recorded this again because this is not part of the episode. Y'all know we do everything raw, live, in color, in the moment. We pre-recorded this episode for you all. However, we did not know about the release date of our partnership with Into the AM until after this was recorded.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, here it is, ad read Into the AM for you. That's right. You can click on the link in the description or the pinned comment. Go to intotheam.com/lousy.
Lousy. Such a good link. Love it.
It is. It's awesome. It's fantastic. Chef's kiss. And you get to go there and check out all the dope threads that we rock every single day like this.
Yep. And when you're on there, if you decide you want to get something using our code LOUSY at checkout, we'll get you 10% off the whole order.
That's right. Also, right now, they're running some dope bundle deals. You can get 3 graphic tees for $64.95. Guess what? That's discounted down off of the top of what is already on those shirts. Plus, you can get our 10% discount on top of that. That's right. It's stackable.
What? Crazy.
But in all seriousness, yes, definitely head over to intotheam.com/lousy. Go get you some dope merch. And then on top of that, join our Discord because we love shouting out those who are repping the brand with us.
Yep.
So if you dig anything, go in the Discord, drop a picture of you rocking that gear. We'll give you a shout out on an episode. What do you think, Sam? You think we can give him a little shout out?
I mean, we'll see what happens.
I mean, sheesh. Go ahead and do it. Again, intotheam.com/lousy. Let's get back to the episode. I mean, I've talked about before I need a new chair. Like I want a new chair at least.
Yeah, so. For a camera mostly.
Yeah. Like if I do it, I'm going to get another Secret Labs chair because either that or I'm going to save up enough money to invest in a Herman Miller.
Yeah. I think you probably should considering you work from home and sit in that chair fucking a lot of hours, you know.
Well, the back support in this is nice. Like this has pretty solid back support. So I like
still a good chair.
Yeah. I think both are good chairs. Yeah. I think I'll say this. I think Secret Labs is good, especially for the gamers out there. It's quality. It's a good gamer chair look, but Herman Miller is for your 30s, and that's where I'm at. So,
yeah,
you know, shout out to Tim the Tat Man for making me recognize that as he is a little bit older than me. So,
yep. Well, that and you guys are similarly built as well, so that's a good frame of reference for you. To
speaking of, I'm down 10 pounds on this diet.
Nice,
yeah,
big dubs.
So, thank you. Yeah, I'm actually I'm taking it serious. Today I almost caved. I was out running errands and I was starving, and I saw a Whataburger and I went, And then that smell as it's coming out of the pipes just out, I was like,
Oh man, I haven't
Yeah.
had Whataburger in a minute, and I can't get Whataburger. That's
I'll
the only
ship you
like
some.
really well. I should backtrack. Technically, I have Whataburger not every day, but I bought spicy ketchup from them, and they can ship that to you as well. So I got a 3-pack of that. So anytime I use ketchup, it's Whataburger spicy ketchup. But
I mean, that's the proper way.
yeah, but I miss the burgers. I miss the fries.
Yeah.
Miss the shakes. Miss the onion rings. It's the only downside to up here.
I think for me, because I've kind of figured out in my head like goals I want to meet, and I am planning on getting back in the gym. I'm not gonna go back to the powerlifter days. Like I could go on a tangent about that for y'all. That's a that is a whole different life I lived, but I can't invest my time into it because I do so many other things I've already invested into that, especially with having kids and a family. Like at that time I was single and had no interest in dating, like zero interest. It was me making myself better. That was it.
Yeah.
And I think because of that, I couldn't invest myself the way I used to. Cause I mean, you remember I would literally like go twice a day and I was there for hours. Like I would go in the morning, do my cardio workouts. What?
It's just a car right outside my house that's just backfiring and puttering and they have no exhaust at all. So it's loud as shit.
Yeah. No,
like, you can't be in the intersection that fucking long. Like, get the fuck out.
Right. Stop idling. Shut it off. But no, like I would go twice a day in the morning, doing my cardio, and then in the evenings it was a mixed bag of whatever I needed to get into, whether it's push, pull, straight deads, straight squats, whatever it was that I was working on. And I'll admit I look damn good. But I think for myself now, I think I was at my healthiest when I weighed 300 pounds, like dead on, like that like 295 to 305 range.
Yeah.
And that's my goal, is to get down to that. Cause I like when I got down to like, I don't know if you remember this. I got down to 258 was my lowest from my like mid 20s to now. When I hit that, I looked unhealthy. Like it was
weird for sure.
Yeah. And but then when I beefed all that muscle on, like I tacked on 40 pounds of muscle and I was fucking yoked. Like, but I don't know if I can actually invest myself. I wouldn't mind getting some muscle mass back, and I'm curious to see how my body will respond when I do start lifting again. If that muscle memory will kick in so many years later.
Yeah.
Or if it's just gonna be like a restarting scenario. But yeah, that's my goal.
Be interesting.
Yeah.
For sure.
We'll see how that goes. You all will get a front row seat to my adventure in this. So we'll figure that out on our way there. And I think once I finally get there, I'll be more comfortable like eating the occasional burger. But honestly, eating clean lately has been making me feel fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I'm sleeping better. I'm peeing clearer. I'm feeling good. Like,
oh yeah, man.
So
it's weird how much it affects you. And then when you do eat those shitty things, how much it affects you.
Oh yeah.
We made the mistake. This was like a month or two ago of eating Burger King, I think it was. And it fucked our shit up. It was not good.
I mean, well, this isn't today's topic in Lousy Show fashion.
Yep.
But you have to realize, and I know you realize this, but a lot of people out there don't realize, like, what is the common process for us on a day-to-day isn't what we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
Eating those things, the processed meats, eating the I mean, hell, even the processed cheeses, the bad drinks that you have, anything that you ingest into your body that's not meant to be ingested, it fucks your body up. Like when you eat clean and you go through that detox period, oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
You don't realize how much you put in there until like you're starting to feel that burger you ate from fucking 2005 come out of your butt. And you're like, where'd this come from? Like, so
it's like trying to fucking exercise a demon. Like it's not an overnight thing. Like you're dealing with the ramifications of one meal for like 3 days.
Yep.
And you just generally feel like shit. Like last night we went over to my brother-in-law's house and we had a few beers. And it's like we didn't get drunk, like, you know, it was just like 2 or 3 beers. But like I felt like so much shit afterwards, just like having the beers. And I was like, man, I don't like this anymore. Like I liked the drink, but like the after effect is not worth it, honestly.
I was actually just talking to somebody about that last night. We had a couple buddies over for game night, and one of the guys brought a new guy by. And he was actually asking, like, just to get notes. He's like, "Did any of y'all drink or anything?" And I was like, "I used to." I was like, "But to be honest with you, I have no intention to do so. Not against anybody who does, but like when living in Texas, the only time I would drink was when I would come over and we'd be watching like football or something, or there was a gathering and be like, have a couple beers and let's call it a day." And even then, I didn't feel great afterwards because when you're not actually consuming alcohol and then you put that alcohol into your system, you just feel like shit.
Yeah.
And even now I have no interest in drinking. Like, make no mistake, I wouldn't mind picking up a nice craft beer, but I'm afraid even what it would taste like.
Oh, and that's what we did. Like, you know, we had a nice IPA and it tasted great, but afterwards was like, and it wasn't so much like directly afterwards. It was just like this morning it felt bloated and just heavy, honestly. But honestly,
no, that's
you
fair.
know what? What if we table our our planned topic and talk about this a little bit? Because we haven't really talked about like our health stuff, I don't think.
We always do our best work when we improvise, baby.
Yep. I literally said that right before we started recording. Yeah.
We have a topic planned that wasn't planned. We didn't do any research because we do our best work on the fly. And here we are changing the topic in the middle of the episode because we do our best work on the fly.
Yep. Such a lousy show trope, honestly.
It is, but it always works out in our favor.
Yep.
Knock on wood.
Mostly. Yeah. Maybe I'll get called a douchebag again for my eating habits, but you know, that's fine.
I guess.
Yeah. I'm expecting.
No, I really, I'm going to be a little vulnerable here for a second.
Do it.
I'm glad that my wife mentioned doing this diet because I've been thinking about it for a while.
Yeah.
But I never took it seriously on my own accord. Because the hard part of it is when you're dieting, especially when you have a wife and 2 kids, everybody's going to be eating differently. And you can't expect a meal to be made just for you at dinner time and then a completely separate meal made for them.
Yeah.
And it like for the longest time, I'd always been juggling, like, how would I do that? How would I effectively go about doing that? You know, especially in today's fucking economic crisis, like, it's already expensive enough to buy groceries.
Yeah.
Let alone buying a whole extra set of groceries just for meals for you. And on top of that, like, I turn 33 next month. I'm terrified of approaching my 40s overweight. And like, I don't think I'm anywhere near what I was way back when.
Yeah.
But I'm terrified of approaching my 40s like out of shape because I mean, ultimately, like, I want to be here for my boys. Like, I want to be able to see them, you know, grow up, and I want to be healthy for them. I want to be able to go outside and throw the football around, you know, and not feel like I'm winded just stepping out the door.
Yeah.
You know, like, I want to be able to go have fun with them and take them on adventures and such. And I think the biggest contributor to that is your health. Like,
absolutely.
If you're not healthy, you're not going to be able to achieve those goals with them. And so that's that. I think for me, that's one of my biggest or 2 of my biggest reasons why I'm doing it is, 1, I have the means to do it now because my partner's with me on this. and we're able to do it together and hold each other accountable. And two, I have a driving force that's not just me, you know,
Yeah.
like,
Oh, I get that.
even looking back, go ahead.
I was just say that's a good reason as to why I'm doing what I'm doing, is because wife started it basically.
Yeah.
And it's, if you're on a diet, it's very hard to maintain if the other person's being an absolute fat ass, like I've done in the past. Like, for example, she's done like Whole30, and I'm like, no, I want to eat a burger every now and then. And yeah, so then she'd inevitably fall off and everything. So once she started what she's doing now, I was like, well, I want to lose some weight too, so let's do it together. So that's exactly what we're doing. My plan this week actually is to get the garage not fully into like a gym or anything, but like we have like an exercise bike and some free weights and stuff. And then like the interlocking like gym mats. And just to kind of clear out a spot in the garage to get that all going. We even get we have an extra TV out there. I'm gonna set that up too, so we can like either watch workouts or watch a movie or YouTube video while we're working out or whatever. But
yeah,
that's my plan
absolutely
this week.
I think that's huge, because I mean, even now, like I'm thankful that I have a gym nearby that's both financially friendly and relatively close.
Yeah.
So I can at least go do that. And it's a 24-hour gym, so I can go like in the evenings when we're not doing this, or after the boys go to bed, I can head over there for an hour, go work out, and then come home. And I think that alone will be a huge contributor to the success of this. Like, going back to the topic of, like we were saying, having that exterior force. Like I look back to the main reason why I started working out to begin with, and it was heartbreak. Like, breakups make bodybuilders. If you've never heard that, it's so fucking true. Anytime you see a divorced dad or mom, or you see a boyfriend who just got broken up with, or a girlfriend who just got broken up with, or somebody, like, heartbreak is one of the biggest contributing factors to changing yourself. And that's exactly what happened to me when I started doing my stuff, like just in general, lifting weights and getting healthier. You remember, this dates back all the way to 2013 when, my ex and I broke up after 3.5 years together.
Yeah.
And it floored me. And I finally just said, fuck it. I'm taking my life into my own hands, and I'm going to make it better. And thus spawned, I don't know, like the next 3 years of me working out, like, and focusing on me and genuinely changing myself for the better.
Yeah.
Like, and I think that's where, with this, that exterior force now is no longer, it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. It's I want to be there for my family. I want to be, healthy and around for a very long time, so I can experience those things. So I'm not a statistic, you and I have always been ones, I would say, to go against the grain on that, of like, we don't necessarily want to be those statistics. We kind of carve our own path.
Yeah.
And that's, I feel like that's been one of the best things for you and I, especially, not just with the Lousy Show, but in our own personal lives, is like, we're able to carve those paths because we see what it means to us. We see that it's effective, it's necessary, we can attain it, so we're going to go do it.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing with dieting. It's like, we can actually see all those things, so we're able to go and do it. Like, I think you said, what, last time we talked about this, you had lost, what, 35, 40 pounds?
I'm right at 40 pounds now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which that's mostly huge. Just cutting soda and eating healthier, and then portion control. Because like I love eating. It's like I'll eat till I'm super stuffed, which is not good for you. And so it's like, it feels like intermittent fasting kind of, but it's not really. It's just it's eating less portion overall. So it's just making sure that. And then the next step of that's the part where I know I'm going to have trouble initially getting into it, but once I do, I'll probably be hooked. And that's just like doing like the gym grind and all that, because I've never been a gym guy. Like I went for like when the Planet Fitness opened up in our town, and like we did like the leg press and ran on a treadmill, and I'm like, this fucking sucks. and
Yep.
and I think I do remember one time me and you went for a run.
Yes.
And that's about it. I'm not really somebody that likes that kind of stuff, but it's something that I know I need to get into in order to take it to the next step, to not just be a twig, like to be filled out, and just overall healthy, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. No, I completely agree. And, you know, again, that's where my next step is, you know, with dieting, it comes exercise. The biggest thing I have to make sure I don't do is exactly what you're doing, is putting myself into a caloric deficit, because everybody's body is different. And I'm going to tell y'all this right now, as someone who used to be a PT, I know I might be a little dated on some thinking, so I'm not going to just sit here and give y'all open advice on things. But there are some things that I will say stand true to the test of time, and this is one of them. Your body is different from everybody else's.
Yep.
And no one thing is correct for everyone. It is trial, it is error, it is, you know, try again until you find what works, and then do it. And then when that fails, do it again with something else that's going to work better.
Yeah.
It's the process of evolution with your entire body. Like, the initial thing I think anybody could do is exactly what you and I are doing, is starting with eating healthy, cutting out the negative stuff, cutting those toxins out, really focusing on getting your body right with the fuel you're providing. You know, you're not going to expect a fucking, you know, jet plane to run off French fried oil, you know, like, it's just not going to work. But when you start replacing that fuel with what's proper for your body, you're naturally going to see a change. And then that's when you can kick into overdrive and go, okay, now I'm going to go work out because I've got the proper fuel in me to do what I need to do. So now my body's going to react accordingly when I do work out.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Those muscles are popping now. Why? Because my body has the fuel to replenish what I need to get through my workout and heal properly after that workout. You know, like, I think so many people get caught up in the nonsense of like where to start. It's just replace that fuel system, like, or the fuel source, I should say. Once you replace that fuel source, dude, it's a world of difference, and it takes a lot of guts to get that moving. But I think a lot of people, once they get to the first step, you can see the path ahead of you. It's no longer foggy.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, the biggest thing for me has been, and I think this will help out a lot of people, is just eating right will get you feeling a little bit better and give you that confidence boost to move up to that next level. And so, like, you know, like I never honestly thought I'd be here. Ding 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 ding. Sorry, Windows Defender, go away. And where was I? Oh yeah. Just moving on to that next level. You just need that little bit of like a confidence boost to get there. And I never thought I'd get there, honestly, but here we are.
No, I admit, like, especially knowing you for as long as I have, I was surprised when you even said that you were dieting, because I'm so used to you just, like you said, you eat. And I'm not going to sit here and ever judge somebody for how they want to treat their bodies. Like, look, if you want to eat like a fucking, you know, maniac, eat like a fucking maniac. It's no rhyme or reason to me. But knowing you for as long as I have, and then you were like, yeah, no, we've been actually dieting. And then even so when you were going on hikes and stuff, like, there's steps that you're taking to move forward to do that.
Yeah.
And that's what everybody needs to do, is like, if you can just do that one step and it's just a subtle change, just your eating habits, you know, like you said, your portion control. I snack throughout the day.
Yeah.
But that's because my diet allows me to do so. And my body also requires it. I am a large man. Like, that is just end all be all. I'm at my healthiest at 300 pounds. I need fuel to get through the day. I actually sat down. This was back in I'm going to say 2020, like right at the beginning of 2020, right before COVID hit. I sat down with a buddy of mine who is a PT, and he and I just discussed, because he had been pushing me for so long to get in the gym, because he knew that I used to be a bodybuilder and he wanted me to go with him and like gym bro it up, you know?
Yeah.
And I did a few times. I had a great time. But the time we sat down, he very much like clearly laid it out to me of going, look, all these diets are going to tell you need to stay within this caloric range. But when you look at your mass and the target mass you're looking at, how you're made up, like your density of yourself, all of these things, you'll realize this caloric intake will never make you feel good. You're never going to get the fuel you need.
Yeah.
Your caloric intake needs to be up here. And that's something that like it is as far as where I'm at now, like taking that into account. Okay. Yeah. I'm a bigger guy, but I'm also not working out. I do a sit down job 5 days a week, like I'm not going to be stuffing myself full of calories, but the healthy foods and calories I am putting in my body, I'm going to make sure I hit my caloric intake.
Yeah.
So I have the fuel to get through the day and let my body process it accordingly and let that weight naturally fall off because I've changed my diet. Like it's the science behind it's crazy.
Yeah.
When you sit down and look at how the human body actually operates. But it's so cool because you get to see yourself literally morph over time.
Yeah.
Like it's so dope to see what the human body can do when you treat it right.
Yeah. It's going to be weird doing all that. I need to sit down at some point and figure out a game plan, probably get in touch with the PT at some point and figure out what the best next steps are and like what the overall goal will be. Cause like, I don't want to get like swole, I just want to be healthier. That's really my big thing. So like, I don't need to be able to lift 600 pounds or anything, but
if I could recommend one, and this is to anybody out there, and I know you're probably going to chuckle when I say this, but this is legit. So everybody who's been on TikTok or Instagram has at least, I'm sure, seen this man once. And it is the bald gentleman who calls out people for toxic gym culture, and his name is Joey Swole. Have you seen this gentleman?
I don't think so. I mean, I might have, but it doesn't come to any kind of familiarity.
I would and this is not a paid partner. This is not an ad read. This is there's hashtag not an ad. If you want someone who's extremely knowledgeable about health and nutrition and the just being able to put yourself into the gym and how to process that, Joey Swole. When I was in my bodybuilding phase, moving over into my powerlifting phase, right? As I was moving over to the powerlifting phase, I went through a weird slump where I was like, I genuinely don't know where to go. Because I was so used to just my workouts were always focused target muscle groups and, like very hyper specific sets and time under tension and things like that to make the mass happen. And it did. When you move to powerlifting, it's a very different scenario. And I just didn't know where to go from there. And I didn't really have anybody around me that did powerlifting that would like be able to guide me. And I'd been following Joey Swole ever since he was part of the company Shreds. Like he was working with them and promoting their products. And I followed him on Instagram and I saw that he had like posted it. And he was like, hey, I remember it was like a weekend deal where he was like, I'm offering X amount for online coaching. You get to meet one-on-one with me. I'm going to build you out a nutrition plan, build you out a workout plan. All I need to know is what your goals are, what your target weight is, and we're going to have a nice conversation to get this figured out for you. And that's exactly what I did. And when I tell you the incredible information that I learned about myself, just being able to sit down with him and hear those step-by-step things of what I can do to better transition into powerlifting for my nutritional goals and then my gym goals in a completely different set, dude, he was awesome. So if you're looking for a PT as well, I think he still does it. I'm almost fairly certain he still does it, but I highly recommend looking him up.
Gotcha. Nice. Good
Yeah,
recommendation.
Yeah, he's awesome. Yeah, it was actually a really cool story too. Before I actually before I did his coaching stuff, I was actually doing bodybuilding and I was specifically working on my legs. And I remember I was saying one of the things he always said was I'm turning my calves into cows because he's got enormous calves. And I remember I was at the calf press and I was sitting there and I was doing it, and I sent in, like, I followed him on Snapchat, and he had it open where you could send him a snap. He may not open it, but you could send him one. And I was sitting there and I was like doing the calf raises, and I sent him a snap of it. And I was like, I'm out here turning these calves into cows, baby. And he responded. He was like, fucking get it, bro. Turn them motherfuckers up. And I was just like, yes.
Nice.
Like, dude, it empowered me to keep going, dude. Oh my God. Like,
yeah,
it's just moments like that when you have that interaction, dude. So awesome. Like it made my workout fucking elevate to 10.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
Yeah. So
hell yeah. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but figure it out. Basically, just want to start with like doing what at home workouts, just kind of get things going. Again, just
absolutely
kind of build up that confidence.
Yeah.
You know, get it started, and then I don't know, we'll figure it out.
Like you said, improv is always our best suit.
Yep. Yeah.
You improv your way through.
That's the thing with life, man. I mean, you just gotta fucking sometimes just sit down and just do it. And you know, like, yeah, you're gonna fuck some shit up. Might end up on r/Tfue someday, but
look at this.
Yep.
The show you're watching right now. This show was literally us sitting down going, hey, we should do a show together again. I agree. What are we going to call it? I don't know. Cool. You want to record later? Yeah, let's do it. Like,
yep.
And then time went on, and even the whole process of us like naming the show, building the studio, the different the different iterations of the studios. We were like figuring out where things were going to go and how we were going to sit in the cameras and all this other stuff. Like, it's all improv. It just takes the courage of that first step to do that.
And that's the fun part, because like if you're just following a script, for example, or you know, if you're following exact directions on what to do, then you're not really figuring it out for yourself and not learning as much. You can still learn for sure, but you know, like I feel like at least we learn better if we just stick our shit in there and just start, you know, seeing what happens, you know. So
yeah, no, I agree. I agree entirely.
Yep.
I think that a lot of people, I do think that's where a lot of people do get hung up, is like, you know, if it like you gotta, if I'm being honest, you do have to have a level of like charisma, I almost feel like, to be able to do that though. But it's also finding yourself in that evolution process, like we were talking about, to do that.
Yeah.
Like everybody can have that, as the kids call it, Riz. You know, everybody can have that level of charisma, you know, but you have to find it.
Yeah.
And that first step is always the funnest part, because you don't know where the journey's going to take you.
It's also the scariest part, right when you're about to. But then right after you do, it's going to start being fun, usually. So
yeah. Like, and that genuinely happens with anything in life, y'all. Like, you can liken that to, I mean, hell, this, like, taking that step. I remember, continuing being vulnerable here. I remember when you told us you were moving to, and I remember in that moment, I went, oh God, it's happening.
Just for future reference, bleep that, because like I said, I'm not given specific locations.
Fair. That's fair.
Yep.
But in that moment, I remember I went, oh God. And I, like, it was that first step of me realizing, like, all the plans we had talked about for moving were starting to go into the swing of things. I didn't even feel that when looking for houses. I didn't even feel that when I would come up here looking for houses. I didn't feel that until we like were leaving. Like the day I got in the truck, and I was just like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like when you take that, but once you get to that first step, easy monies.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. So.
I got nothing else on that.
No, I think
this is just like.
I think this is a good topic. I think a lot of people need to hear this kind of stuff, because
yeah.
I mean, truth be told, you can sit there and tell yourself in the mirror, but until you, I think some people just need that exterior motivation of like, you know what? Yeah. I don't think we're going to sit here and change change people's lives just from us having the podcast and talking about our experience. But there may be that one person who's going, you know what? Yeah.
Might inspire someone.
Yeah.
If we do, let us know.
Honestly, let us know in the comments.
And then join the Discord, and we have a whole section about celebrating your victories. So definitely,
we do.
Let us know about those when you're in there.
Yes, we want to continue livening that Discord up. So hop on in and have some fun with us. I have nothing else to give here. I think that it's gonna be fun to watch both of our journeys through this continue.
Keep an eye out for the Lousy gym sessions that will probably be no, not really, but we'll start a Lousy.
This is news to me.
We'll start a Lousy workout network, and it's going to be all the
that's going to be on
advice.
Our Patreon.
Yeah, and it's all just fucking what? Just kidding.
So you're the one with the sex doll. As the siren goes off, lock him up. We got him.
FBI, open up.
But no, I'm excited to see how our journeys go and that evolution between us and like just it's funny. I liken this to like the Bert Tom scenario. Like I feel like that's kind of the route we're taking here. Is God dog, dude.
Yeah, they're going
lock them up.
Like something's happening.
They're squealing. No, I think it's gonna be interesting to see, especially like how they did, where they went. I mean, even today, they're still taking steps to make their lives better.
Yeah, Tom's had a huge transformation. Like that was impressive.
Yeah,
Bert getting there.
Well,
he's definitely like getting strong in like the arms and everything, and he's overall healthier. But he still has like a pretty big beer gut and all that. But
again, people's bodies are different.
Yep.
He lost a lot of weight, but he may have responded differently because the workouts he was doing may be a lot of core strength. Yeah. It's like when you see those really buff dudes, but they've got massive bellies. But if you punch his belly, I bet your hand's gonna fucking hurt.
Yep.
Yeah,
probably,
it's rock solid. I'm sure. Like
I'm sure that's also like part of his brand too. Like, he takes off his shirt and there's his fucking belly, So he's like, I don't want to completely get rid of it, but he did mention on the podcast, he was like, I want to be healthy enough to drink. That was like his whole goal.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, whatever, man, whatever floats your boat.
Yeah. No, I liken that to us here. And I think that as you all get to witness this transformation, it'll be fun to see like, hell, what we're going to look like in a month, 6 months, a year.
Yeah.
However long this show continues, however long y'all want it to continue, and with that, to make it continue, subscribe.
Or else.
Shameless plug.
Yeah, no shame.
No. But no, that's all I got.
Yep.
Anything else on your end?
Nope.
Cool. Let's get out of here. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, drop in the comments. If you have nothing to say, drop the weightlifting emote.
Yep.
If you have something to say, let us know what your transformation looks like. What your if there's something that you're going through that you, even if it's just health wise, work wise, life wise, one of those things that you're just having to take that big step forward, or you did take that big step forward, and what it looks like. I'm really curious to see what the Lousy listeners out there are going through as well. So drop that in the comments. Join the Discord, link in the description. We'll see y'all on Thursday.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.